Most people will die on the same financial level they were born on. Not because they were unlucky, because they never knew the levels existed. Right now, somewhere between your rent, your groceries, and whatever's left in your account, you're sitting at a rank, a specific measurable level in a game that nobody explained to you. And here's what's terrifying. Most people spend 40 years grinding the same level without ever realizing there's a way to advance. Today, I'm showing you every rank, $0 to $10 million, what each level actually feels like to live, the invisible wall that traps people at each one, and the exact unlock mechanic to break through. Stay until rank 5, because that's the one that looks like freedom, but is actually the most dangerous trap in the entire game. Here's what nobody tells you when you're starting out. You're not bad with money. You're playing a game without the rulebook. You've tried budgeting. You've tried saving. Maybe you opened a Robinhood account once, watched a stock go sideways for 3 months, and quietly closed the app. You read something about investing. You told yourself you'd start when things settled down. Things never settled down. And the worst part? You're not broke because you're lazy. You're stuck because the system you're operating inside was designed for a different era, and nobody updated your map. The 9 to 5, save in a 401k, retire at 65 plan, that was written in 1974. You're running 1974 software in 2025. But here's what most people miss. Every person who broke out, every person who went from rank 1 to rank 6, they didn't just work harder. They learned to see the levels. They understood exactly what locked them in, and exactly what the unlock mechanic was. That's what this video is. Rank 1, survival mode, net worth, $0 or negative. Rank 1 isn't poverty, it's the feeling that any unexpected bill could end you. This is where the game starts for most people. Your bank account lives between $0 and $300. You know exactly how much is in it, not because you're organized, but because you're scared to look away. An unexpected $400 expense doesn't derail you, it destroys a month. The surface problem is obvious, not enough money. But the root cause at rank 1 is something different. It's the absence of a buffer. Without a financial buffer, every decision is made from panic, and panicked decisions are almost always expensive decisions. Late fees, overdraft charges, payday loans at 400% interest. Rank 1 is a place where being poor literally costs more money. The insight. You cannot think strategically when you're in survival mode. The brain doesn't allow it. The single unlock for rank 1 isn't investing. It's building a $1,000 emergency buffer by any means necessary. That buffer doesn't make you rich. It makes you capable of making non-panicked decisions. That's the actual unlock. Rank 2. Breathing room, net worth, $1,000 to $10,000. Rank 2 feels like safety. It isn't. It's the most comfortable trap in the game. This is where most of our viewers are right now. You have something saved. Not enough to feel free, but enough to feel less terrified. You're making it work, month to month, more or less. And because things aren't actively on fire, there's no urgency to change anything. That comfort is the trap. Rank 2 is where lifestyle inflation quietly begins. You got a small raise, you upgraded your phone, monthly subscriptions crept in, you started spending like someone who's doing okay, because you are, kind of. But here's what's actually happening. Your expenses are expanding to consume every dollar you make, and your asset column is still completely empty. The insight. Money in a savings account is not an asset, it's a placeholder. Rank 2 people are one bad month away from rank 1, and they don't feel it, which makes it worse. The unlock here is automating a transfer, even $50 a month, into something that grows. Not because $50 changes your life, because it starts the identity shift from person who saves to person who invests. Rank 3. Stability, net worth, $10,000 to $50,000. At rank 3, you finally feel like an adult, and that feeling is costing you a decade. Rank 3 is the I'm doing alright zone. You have a real emergency fund, maybe a 401k with something in it, a car that runs, rent that doesn't keep you up at night. By every visible metric, you're responsible, stable, ahead of a lot of people you know. But here's the brutal truth about rank 3. It is where ambition goes to quietly die. Not dramatically, not in a crisis. It dies slowly, over 5-year increments, while you tell yourself you'll start getting serious soon. The invisible wall at rank 3 is the absence of a real financial education. You're doing all the right things, the things they told you to do, but nobody told you about the difference between earned income and passive income. Nobody told you that a 401k alone won't clear 6 figures in retirement. Nobody told you that at rank 3, you're one tax-advantaged vehicle away from a completely different trajectory. The insight, the unlock at rank 3 is buying your first income-generating asset, not a stock tip, an asset, something that pays you while you sleep, a dividend, ETF, a side business with real revenue, a rental unit. The type doesn't matter as much as the psychological shift. You become someone whose money works, not just someone who works for money. Rank 4, the options zone. Net worth, $50,000 to $250,000. Rank 4 is where the game changes, and where 80% of people make the worst mistake of their financial lives. You hit rank 4 and something shifts. You have real money now. You start getting invited to conversations you weren't in before. People ask your opinion on investments. You feel like you made it to the game's second act. Then you buy a nicer car, then a bigger apartment, then you remodel the kitchen. Then you take the trip you always said you'd take when you could afford it. And suddenly, your $200,000 net worth is $140,000. And it happened so fast you barely noticed. This is lifestyle creep at its most dangerous, because at rank 4, the amounts are big enough to actually matter. A bad decision at rank 2 costs you hundreds. A bad decision at rank 4 costs you years. The insight. The unlock at rank 4 is the hardest psychological move in the entire game, keeping your lifestyle at rank 3 while your income grows toward rank 5. Every dollar that doesn't get spent gets stacked into income-producing assets. This is called the wealth gap, the space between what you earn and what you spend. The wider that gap, the faster you advance. Most people close the gap by spending up. Winners keep the gap open by holding the line. Rank 5, Freedom Edge. Net worth, $250,000 to $750,000. This is the rank I warned you about at the start, because rank 5 is where people stop, convinced they've arrived. $250,000, $500,000. You're in the top 15% of wealth in the country. By every social comparison, you're winning, and that's exactly the problem. Social comparison is the rank 5 boss. When you look left and right and see people behind you, you stop looking forward. You slow down. You shift from building wealth to protecting it, which sounds smart. But protection without continued growth is just slow decay, because inflation doesn't stop just because you feel comfortable. The people who break out of rank 5 have one thing in common. They treat it not as a destination, but as a launch pad. They take their first serious position in real assets, real estate, business equity, concentrated investments. They stop diversifying everything into safe mediocrity and start placing calculated, educated bets on themselves. The insight. The unlock at rank 5 is moving from accumulation to deployment. Saving and investing got you here, but from here, the game is about what you do with the capital, not just how much of it you have. This is the rank where financial education pays its biggest dividend, literally. Rank 6, the shift. Net worth, $750,000 to $2 million. At rank 6, something invisible changes, not in your bank account, in how the world treats you. Rank 6 is real money, not rich in the lifestyle sense, yet, but capital, with mass. Enough to generate $50,000 to $80,000 a year in passive returns without touching the principal. Enough to be taken seriously in rooms that matter. Enough that opportunities start coming to you instead of you chasing them. This is where the game mechanics fundamentally change. Below this rank, the primary lever was income and savings rate. Above this rank, the primary lever is capital allocation and network. You're no longer playing the same game, and the people who don't realize that, who keep grinding income and budgeting when they should be deploying capital and building relationships, get stuck here. The insight. The unlock at rank 6 is learning to think like a capital allocator. Every dollar has a job. Every relationship has a ROI. Every decision is weighed against opportunity cost. This is where tax strategy becomes genuinely worth tens of thousands of dollars per year. You need a team, an accountant who builds wealth, not just files taxes, an attorney, a financial strategist. At rank 6, the cost of good advice pays for itself 10 times over. Rank 7, quiet power. Net worth, $2 million to $7 million. Nobody at rank 7 talks about it. That's how you know it's real. The people you'd never guess are wealthy. No performance, no flex, just options. Rank 7 is where money stops being a topic in your life because it's solved. Your investments generate more than you spend. Your time is structurally yours. You work because you want to, not because you have to. The challenge at rank 7 is identity. Who are you when money is no longer the problem? A surprising number of people get here and feel lost because the pursuit was the thing giving their life structure. The unlock here isn't financial, it's philosophical. It's deciding what you're actually building toward. The insight. Rank 7 is where generational wealth begins, or doesn't. The people who build legacies at this level start treating their capital like an institution, not a personal account. They think in 20-year horizons. They write things down for people who aren't born yet. Rank 8. Different rules. Net worth. $7 million to $10 million plus. At rank 8, you're not playing the same game anymore. You never were. The rules that got everyone here don't apply anymore. Earned income becomes almost irrelevant. Tax strategy operates on a completely different level, one that legally moves millions in ways that sound impossible to people in rank 1 through 5. The social circle changes so completely that the person from rank 1 wouldn't recognize anyone in the room. I'm not going to pretend rank 8 is the goal for everyone watching this video. It's not, it doesn't have to be, but here's what rank 8 does teach us. Even from the outside, the rules were never the same for everyone. The game was never fair, but it was always learnable, and the people who got there didn't have a different starting point. They had a different map. You just got the map. Let me pull this all together, because there's a single framework underneath everything you just watched. Every rank has the same structure. There's a surface reality, what the level looks and feels like from inside it. There's an invisible wall, the specific trap that keeps most people from advancing. And there's an unlock mechanic, the one strategic move that breaks through. This is what I call the wealth ladder unlock system. At rank 1, build the buffer, stop the bleeding. At rank 2, start the identity shift, become an investor. At rank 3, buy your first income generating asset. At rank 4, hold the wealth gap. Don't close it by spending up. At rank 5, switch from accumulation to deployment. At rank 6, think like a capital allocator. Build your team. At rank 7, define what the money is actually for. At rank 8, play the long game. Think generationally. Now, here's the objection I know you're having right now. This sounds right, but I don't have enough money to start. You don't need more money. You need more clarity. The reason you feel stuck isn't a dollar problem. It's a perspective problem. Every single unlock on this list can begin with whatever you have right now. The buffer starts with your next paycheck. The identity shift starts with a $10 ETF purchase. The first asset starts with learning what an asset actually is. The game doesn't start when you have enough. You never feel like you have enough. The game starts when you decide to see the levels. So now you know the ranks. And more importantly, you know your rank. Here's what I want you to do right now, not tomorrow, right now. Drop your current rank in the comments. Just the number, 1 through 8. That's it, because here's why that matters. I'm reading every single comment, and if I see enough people stuck at a specific rank, I'm building an entire video dedicated to that rank's unlock mechanic. Deep dive, step by step, nothing held back. If this video hit different, subscribe. Every week on this channel, we take the financial systems they never taught you in school, and we break them down, level by level. No fluff, no generic advice, just the map. And if you want to understand the trap I mentioned at rank 4, the wealth gap, in detail, the video that explains exactly how to calculate yours and protect it is right here. Don't just watch it, use it.